Hi, my name is Andre Payne Guillory, and this is my slideshow presentation for copyright infringement in the digital age. I have a few photos up for you. My first slide is on piracy in the 21st century. As you know, the internet was a game changer, especially in the field of lawmaking, which is mostly comprised of 70 to 80-year-old men who didn't grow up in a time where there was the internet. And now that there is an entire commercial market for pretty much anything you could ever buy online, a lot of laws need to be reinterpreted for marketplaces that are not physical. But of course, before that, there were always copyright laws, and copyright laws were initially made to protect the intellectual property of of work that people made in the fields of literature, music, art, and drama, given that the creator has the intent of making a profit on said work. Copyright laws are currently in place, but the problem presented is how to reinterpret the digital law behind that, and those issues that are going on today. There are defunct websites such as LimeWire and Morpheus that used to allow users to request over the internet and receive digital replicas of the original work. Now, since then, these websites were initially made for the intent of simple file sharing, simple music sharing. People would get together um, and disclose what they wanted to listen to, and people would simply share music, and that would be the end of that. It was simply, I think, a more innocent thing than what it turned out to be, because um, the creators were losing out on profit when people illegally download content online. These websites also made it possible for people to pirate software packages, such as, say, Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, Word, Adobe Premiere, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, of course, the Adobe Creative Suite products, also piratable online. The infamous company Napster functioned on the premises that people could simply share music that they liked. And of course, this was the most well-known case of a website like this being shut down. The risk for users who do partake in the illicit activity of downloading music illegally. Some networks require users to enter private information such as their street address, social security information, things of that nature. And they would also seize a portion of the person's computer hard drive, which allowed online perpetrators to access the hard drive. Now, there are legal repercussions to people who do participate in online piracy. They can face severe consequences in civil and criminal court, and according to the government of Massachusetts, first-time offenders can face as many as 5 years in prison and $250,000 in fines. Comments from a content creator. Nowadays, we have things such as Netflix and Hulu, which are a couple of the free streaming services that have slowed down the use of piracy. But Game of Thrones is not one of the shows available on either of those content streamers. And in fact, one of the co-creators was quoted in saying that if people who pirated Game of Thrones simply gave 99 cents instead, the producers can make such technological advances for the show, which is special given that it's basically a fantasy show, and um, the potential is limitless for that kind of thing. And if instead of simply stealing the content online, they contributed even a little bit, the show would be that much better for people to enjoy. Before I get into this pie chart, I just want to note that the big hoopla about the whole internet piracy thing is not simply the downloading of music, but it's when you decide to share said music. Because most computers can at least burn a DVD, or most DVD or CD, um, at least most uh, desktop computers can. And the issue is not converting a CD to MP3 or a video to MPEG or MP4. It's the illegal replication of that content with intent to distribute. That's pretty much the issue there. So we'll get into this pie chart. Um, One statistic here: in the 18 to 29 age range, among males and females who use the internet, um, about 70% of those people acquired music or videos via piracy. Continued, of the 30% of Americans who have pirated music, 46 of them say they've stopped because of streaming services. You can thank Hulu, Netflix, Roku, and websites like that. However, people don't yet see the severity of piracy, as only 52% of all Americans support penalties for downloading illegal music and movies. They simply don't see this as a harsh offense. And in a way, it's tough to make people understand that, oh, yes, it is a tough offense because you are, in fact, stealing. It's no different from shoplifting from FYE or Best Buy or any place where you can find music or movies. It's literally no different. It's just a whole lot more anonymous. Um, and that's kind of the issue. People don't understand, or some people even try to justify it. I actually personally know people who have tampered with their gaming console to be able to play uh, games for cheaper. Like, I know of a guy who knows a guy where he can get games that are normally cost $50 to $60 for $5, and the guy basically pirates them. He illegally replicates them. I know a friend who does that, and he can justify that because he is like, oh, things cost too much anyway. There's no reason for prices to be as inflated as they are, and um, at the rate these things are coming out, this music, movies, at the rate these things are coming out, they're just gonna make me want to buy more and more and more. And he's kind of justifying that he's standing up to basically corporate America, to capitalism. Um, the only issue with that is that you're really not speaking out. It's not really changing much of anything, because all you're really doing is hurting the people who are trying to provide the content for everyone to enjoy, and overall hurting the end result. Now, there are internet watchdogs. If you've ever been on a Google search and tried to look something up, and you've gone all the way to the bottom, you may see the MPAA and giving a notice that a couple websites may have been removed because they facilitate illegal downloads. And it's basically their job to do that, to monitor websites and control their content. And the MPAA's members comprise of some of the biggest studios in the world. Include 20th Century Fox, Disney, Warner Brothers, Sony Pictures, Universal Studios, and Paramount Studios. If you are a person on planet Earth, there is no way you haven't seen a movie made by one of these six that just tells you the power this association has and the lengths they'll go to protect their. These are just my link pages, so I hope I've made my